Ever heard the myth that weightlifting makes women bulky? It's time to challenge that. Take a moment and picture a woman who lifts weights. Did you envision a bulky, muscular figure, akin to a professional bodybuilder? If so, you've fallen prey to one of the most persistent myths surrounding women and weightlifting. The belief that lifting weights automatically results in a bulky physique is not only misleading, but it's also a deterrent for many women who might otherwise consider weightlifting as part of their fitness routine. Let's delve into this myth a little deeper. Muscle growth or hypertrophy is influenced by various factors including genetics, diet, and the type of training regime. Yes, lifting weights can lead to increased muscle mass, but the extent of this growth depends heavily on these factors. Genetics play a significant role in determining our body's response to weightlifting. Some of us are genetically predisposed to gain muscle more easily than others. However, women typically have lower levels of testosterone, the hormone that supports muscle growth, than men. This means that, all else being equal, women tend to gain less muscle mass than men when they lift weights. Diet, too, plays a crucial role. Consuming a surplus of calories, especially protein, is necessary for significant muscle growth. Without this surplus, your body simply won't have the resources it needs to build a lot of new muscle, regardless of how much you lift. Lastly, the type of training regime matters. Lifting heavy weights for fewer repetitions can lead to increased muscle size. However, lifting lighter weights for more repetitions tends to result in increased muscle endurance without significantly increasing muscle size. So when we consider these factors, it becomes clear that weightlifting doesn't automatically lead to bulkiness. Rather, it's a complex interplay of genetics, diet, and your specific training regime. Weightlifting can actually lead to a variety of outcomes, from increased strength and endurance to improved body composition, and even enhanced mental health. So, weightlifting doesn't automatically lead to bulkiness. It's a complex interplay of factors. Next up, the age-old myth, women aren't as strong as men, hence can't lift weights. Sounds familiar? Let's dissect this statement. It hinges on the assumption that strength is a purely physical attribute, and that men, by virtue of their larger muscle mass, are universally stronger. However, strength is not as one-dimensional as it seems. It's a multifaceted trait that encompasses both physical and mental aspects. Women can effectively build strength through consistent training, just like men. Yes, it's true that men typically have more muscle mass and testosterone, which can help in building strength. But this doesn't mean women can't lift weights or build strength. Physical strength is not a static attribute, but a dynamic one that can be developed and improved over time, irrespective of one's gender. In the world of weightlifting, we've seen ample evidence of women demonstrating tremendous strength. Take, for instance, weightlifting champions like Lydia Valentin, Tatiana Kashirina, and Loredana Toma. These women have shattered records, and more importantly, they've shattered the myth that women aren't as strong as men. Even science supports this. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that women can gain strength at the same rate as men when participating in a weight training program. The difference is primarily in the starting point, not the potential for improvement. Moreover, it's important to remember that weightlifting is not just about brute strength. It's also about technique, precision, and mental toughness. And these are areas where women often excel. In fact, many coaches and trainers have observed that women, on average, tend to have better form and technique than men, and are more patient and diligent in their training. So, let's put this myth to rest once and for all. Women are not inherently weaker than men. They can and do lift weights effectively. Their strength might be different, but it is not lesser. So the next time you hear women can't lift weights as they aren't strong, you know what to say. Now let's tackle the myth that weightlifting is dangerous for women. Often this misconception is born out of a general fear of injury, or the misbelief that our bodies are not designed to handle such strenuous activity. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. When done correctly, weightlifting is not more dangerous for women than it is for men. In fact, it can bring numerous health benefits. These include improved bone density, which is crucial for women as they age and face the threat of osteoporosis. It also increases muscular strength and endurance, promotes healthy weight management, and aids in injury prevention. But where does this myth come from? Well, it's likely the result of misinformation and a lack of understanding about the principles of weightlifting. For instance, lifting weights that are too heavy, too soon, can lead to injury. But this isn't a gender-specific risk. It's a risk for anyone who doesn't follow the correct progression and form. Leading fitness professionals and health researchers are unanimous in their opinion. They state that weightlifting risks are often exaggerated, especially when it comes to women. They stress the importance of learning proper form and technique, as well as gradually increasing the weight lifted. Consider the words of Dr. Natalie Skarmak, a renowned sports medicine physician. She affirms, weightlifting, like any sport, carries potential risks. However, these risks are not inherently greater for women. With proper training and technique, women can safely and effectively engage in weightlifting. Dr. Skarmak's sentiments are echoed by countless other experts in the field. The consensus is clear. Weightlifting is not a danger zone reserved for men. Women can and should feel empowered to lift weights, reaping the benefits it has to offer, so fear not, ladies. With the right guidance, weightlifting can be a safe and rewarding part of your fitness journey. It's about understanding your body, respecting its limits, and gradually pushing those limits in a safe, controlled manner. And always remember, when in doubt, seek advice from a qualified professional. Remember, proper form and technique make weightlifting safe, regardless of gender. Ever been told that weightlifting affects fertility? Let's dissect this myth. Today, we're tackling the fourth myth in our list, the notion that weightlifting has a negative impact on a woman's fertility. This is a concern that has been floating around for some time, causing apprehension among many women who wish to keep fit through weightlifting. So, what's the truth? Does hoisting those barbells and dumbbells affect a woman's chance of becoming a mother? The short answer is no. There is no scientific evidence that directly links weightlifting to fertility issues. In fact, regular exercise, including weightlifting, can actually improve overall health and well-being, which is beneficial for fertility. Let's delve a bit deeper, shall we? Several studies have shown that moderate exercise has a positive effect on fertility. According to health professionals, regular physical activity can help regulate hormones and maintain a healthy body weight, both key factors in fertility. Now you may be thinking, but what about those stories of athletes experiencing changes in their menstrual cycles? It's important to remember that these instances usually involve intense, high-frequency training, often combined with inadequate nutrition. This is far from the regular, moderate exercise regime followed by most women who lift weights. Additionally, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists states that regular exercise before pregnancy is associated with a host of benefits, including a reduced risk of gestational diabetes and preeclampsia. So far from posing a risk to fertility, weightlifting as part of a balanced exercise regime can contribute to a healthier pregnancy. To sum it up, the connection between weightlifting and fertility is not a cause and effect relationship. Like anything in life, balance is key. Regular, moderate exercise, including weightlifting, combined with a healthy diet, can contribute to overall well-being, which in turn supports fertility. Thus, weightlifting doesn't affect fertility. It's time to put this myth to rest. Finally, the myth that older women shouldn't lift weights. Is there any truth to it? Let's unravel the facts and debunk this myth once and for all. The perception that weightlifting is a young person's game couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, weightlifting offers immense health benefits for women of all ages, especially those in their golden years. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly is lifting weights beneficial for older women? Well, weightlifting is a fantastic way to strengthen your muscles. Stronger muscles mean better balance and mobility, reducing the risk of falls and injuries, a common concern as we age. But that's not all. Weightlifting also contributes significantly to improved bone density. As women age, bone density naturally decreases, leading to conditions like osteoporosis. Regular weightlifting can combat this, as the stress it puts on your bones encourages them to strengthen and grow. Now let's hear from the experts. Fitness professionals and health researchers alike agree on the benefits of weightlifting for older women. They emphasize that with proper form and guidance, weightlifting can be a safe and effective exercise regimen for women of all ages. According to a study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, older women who regularly participated in weightlifting showed significant improvements in overall physical function. They were more agile, had better balance, and were less likely to suffer from falls. However, it's crucial to note that as with any new exercise regimen, it's best to start slow and gradually increase intensity. It's also recommended to seek professional advice to ensure you're performing exercises correctly and safely. To sum it up, not only is weightlifting not detrimental to older women, but it can also be an empowering and transformative journey, fostering both physical strength and mental resilience. So, age doesn't limit women from weightlifting. It's never too late to start. Embrace your strength, ladies, and lift those weights with confidence.